I'm Lenka.
I'm Abby.
And we're Lights, Camera,
English.
What's wrong?
Lenka, I'm getting old.
Oh, come on. You? Never. So why do you think you're getting old?
Because, okay, has it ever happened to you that you're walking down the street and somebody you don't recognize says, "Hi, Lenka, how are you?"
All the time.
It does?
Yeah, I am famous.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, because of my online courses, because of our videos, because I am a teacher and I'm a presenter, I'm very often in situations when it's me and on the other side is a group of people. So it's easier for them to remember me than for me to remember them.
Yes, right.
So it happens, not very often. But it does happen. That's normal.
Right. No, I mean, I do understand that from being on stage and being on sometimes bits of TV and things. People think they know me or recognize me and I have no idea who they are. But I don't mean that. I mean where you know you should know them.
Oh,
like maybe you
right.
used to be friends and nothing's coming to you.
Right.
Okay, so this happened the other day. I went out for a drink with some of my friends after rehearsal, and this group of very smartly dressed people came and sat down at the table near us. And then one of them got up and came over and said, "Oh, Abigail, I haven't seen you for ages. How are you?"
And you're like,
No
fine.
idea. Yeah, no idea who she was. But I knew her. I knew I should know who she was. And I was like, "I'm great. How you look lovely and tall and and then they kept trying to lead the conversation in a way that might inform me. Like, gosh, it really has been a long time. When was the last time we saw each other? And she's like, well, you know, and I couldn't get enough information to have any idea who she was. So I managed to get through with a conversation, and she left. And it wasn't till probably a whole hour after she left that I was like, oh my gosh, she was my makeup artist on Britannia. I spent the whole summer, like 2 hours every day with her, and couldn't remember who she was. But in my defense, at the pub, she was all dressed up for the theatre. And since I spent time with her, she had a haircut and different hair colour.
Clearly, it's her who should be blamed.
Yes, it's totally her fault. If you want to be remembered, you should stay the same.
And in the same context, in the same environment.
Yes.
It's so difficult to recognize people when they are out of the context where you met them.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, you should not be blamed for this. But
Okay,
listen to what happened to me.
Okay.
Now. I went to a class reunion with my friends from elementary school.
Ooh.
It was one of the first ones, so it was maybe like 15 years after we left the school. And, people talk and then they change places, and so you get to talk to other people. And then this guy came up to me and he started talking to me like, "Hi, Lenka, so what are you up to?" And I was like, we were in a pub, so there were other people, like normal guests that were around us. And the whole time we were there, I thought he was maybe somebody's husband. He was like waiting for his wife so that he could drive her home. Well, he clearly knew my name. And then he started talking about all these things we supposedly did.
Oh.
No.
Not
with him.
Are you sure? Because you don't remember.
I mean, it was elementary school.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, and the same thing happened to me. I kind of waited for him to reveal his identity, and he never did. And you know how awkward it is after 20 minutes. And actually, what was your name again?
But I have a trick for that.
You do?
Yes. This is what I do. If it's been 20 minutes and I really now need to know who they are, I say, "Are we friends on Facebook? We're probably not. Let me just check." And then I get my mobile phone and I say,
so smart.
I say, "What was your surname again?" Because nobody takes offense that you don't remember their surname.
Right.
And then I type in the surname and go, aha, Jessica, it has been a long time.
This is so smart.
That's why I have so many Facebook friends.
But you know what? I actually remember names easier than I remember faces.
Oh.
So I remember names, but I cannot put the faces that go with the names.
Different part of the brain.
Exactly. And I admire people who need to remember names and faces and then put those two together at the right time. I mean, there are jobs where you have to know people's names and then introduce them to each other or whatever.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I have a friend who used to be a diplomat in Prague. So she would throw really big parties and very important people would come, all with names and faces, actually.
That you don't remember.
But, she had like maybe 200 people at a party. And if she's the hostess, she's expected to introduce people. And I said, well, how do you remember all those names? And she says, well, I don't. And her technique, if she's faced with a situation where she is meant to introduce people, one of whom or both of whom she can't remember, she always just pretends that they already know each other. And she says, and this is, silly me, you must already know each other. I'll get the drinks. And by the time she's come back with the drinks, they've either gone, yes, of course we know each other, or they've introduced themselves to each other.
That's clever.
Yes, and sorted.
That's nice. Okay, I need to remember this. I'm not sure I could pull it off, but it's a good idea to keep in mind in case you need it.
Good trick. It's a good trick. I have a question though. Do you remember who I am?
What was your last name again?